What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Belt Barber podcast, the first and only podcast that talks about entrepreneurship for barbers and all professional in our beauty industry. This podcast is sponsored by Invictus Podcast Studios, and my name is Tico Invictus, and I have here my co-host, my beautiful wife, Lydia Moreno. Press over there.
You're waiting for me to
I'm
change
waiting
the
for her to
camera?
change the camera. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, go right ahead and follow Tico Invictus. If you haven't subscribed yet in this podcast, please go right ahead because you're going to be receiving notification when there's a new video every Tuesday. So today, guys, we're going to be sharing advices that we learned uh, before you open your own barbershop. What you should be thinking, what you should be asking yourself,
What
what
you
you
should be doing
what you should be
before
doing
you even
before you
think.
even thinking about your
Yes.
working, opening
Opening
your
your own
own
shop.
barbershop. You should treat your chair as a business, as a real business, because if you don't treat your chair as a real business, how the heck you can grow a salon or a not
Or
salon, a
barbershop.
barber shop with many chairs, with the multiple chairs? If you can't even handle one chair, how are you gonna handle many chairs,
If you don't handle
right?
your own chair, your own clients, and you don't work professional, you don't run professionally your chair, how then you're gonna multiply yourself in multiple chairs with staff, with employees, and run the whole business?
The whole business. That's where many people fail
Yes.
because we think we are really good barbers, but we don't take advantage the of the situations. We don't learn new skills. We don't learn what needs to be learned to be able to
Run a business.
run a business. While you're there, you should be investing in yourself and learning, right? One thing is, if you are not a great employee, how the heck are you gonna be a great
Business
owner?
owner.
You should be able to be a great employee to be able to
If
run a
you're the
business.
best person there at the shop that works there, there's a big chance to be a great business owner. If you're the one that are there before everybody, you're the last one to leave. You take care of the place like it was your own
Owns your own.
place. You see something that needs to be fixed, you go ahead and notify the owner, help finding someone to fix it.
Always find the
Um,
solutions for
have a great
problems.
relationship with your coworkers. That's very important because, if you run a business, you have multiple staff and you got to have a good relationship with everybody. So if you're a great employee, employee or subcontractor where you're working, you definitely have higher chances
To
of
be a
being a
good
great
one.
business owner.
Yes, I agree with that. So while you're working at the shop, learn as much from the current place because there are things that they are making wrong. Then you don't want to do the same mistakes in your business, but there's some things they are doing great. Learn something as well. Extract
Hmm.
the best while you extract as much information from them, good and bad, so you can learn and apply to your own business. So while you're there, learn with them, right?
Yes, for sure. Take the opportunity to learn and try to shadow the owner, be
Be close.
be close to him, watch what he's doing, why he makes decisions, what is his thought process when he making decisions for the business, why he do things in a certain way. Try to learn from the owner because will be like a real school for you when you have your own business, so you don't make the mistakes. And as he said, the bad things you don't copy, you learn from it, and then the good things you can get inspired to
And
do even
apply.
better. To do even better than the current owner is doing.
And you share them, ask them questions, even if there's any situation in the shop, like a client complain about something. Look at how the owner handles that situation. Learn from them. If they're doing wrong, don't do it. If they're
Yeah.
doing wrong, learn that you're not going to do the same. So you want to add something on that one?
No, I think that's you
That's
said
good.
everything. Yep. I learned so much from my previous
Owner.
employers they they taught me so much, even though it wasn't in the barber industry, so it was different industries. But I learned so much with them, and I learned skills that I use a lot now that I'm a business owner.
Yeah,
They
because
inspire me and they taught me so much.
and if you are working at the shop, that barbershop owner, he's taking risks, and he's a great example in what you're gonna do next or you're not going to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And another thing, a great advice I'm gonna give it to you is make sure you are fully booked. You have client at least for yourself to be able to maintain the bills paid, right? That's one great tip. Because let's say you started a business, you don't have clients for yourself, not even for the other barbers that are going to start working with you. So if you are, it's going to be much smooth the transition when you have
Oh, for
clients,
sure. If you're
right?
fully booked, it makes it much easier. When we started our barbershop, Tico
I was fully booked.
was fully booked, and then because he was fully booked, every client that entered the shop, it will go to the barbers, to the new barbers that join us, and we help them build their clientele. If Tico wasn't full, and I see this happening a lot where the shop owner wants to take all the clients for him, because if, let's say, if you work by commission, for example, he doesn't have to pay your commission. He gets the full price of the haircut for himself, but that's not the right mindset when you're opening a business. The reason why you should be opening a business was to multiply yourself, in the sense that you have more people cutting hair so you can serve more clients. And the whole idea is that slowly you'll be less hours behind the chair. But for that to happen, you have to be fully booked. You don't have to be, but it makes it much easier,
Much easier.
because then your clients follow you. You know how much money you can make to pay the bills. And all new clients, all walk ins, or if your client brought a friend, you can make sure your staff is also full. Otherwise, they're not going to work with you. They're going to leave.
You're gonna leave,
They got to be full too.
and you only have two arms. You can't cut like 30
All
people a
the
day, but if you
hairs.
have other barbers working with you and you can share your clients, that's what I
Yes.
did at the beginning because I was so booked up. I was losing clients. To be able to not losing clients, I was spreading the clients and make sure my guys was prepared as well to serve them, and my guys start like building up their clientele as well.
Correct. Think that
S-
you don't have a business if you have to be there all the time producing hands on.
You're gonna do that at the beginning.
You will, but then you don't have a business.
Yep.
The purpose of having a business is employing people, making their lives better too, helping them make money, helping the team build a clientele. It's not only about you, because a lot of barbers don't have this mindset of, spreading the clients and making sure the whole staff, everybody there is full too. It's not just about you. And it's not just about making money. It's about reproducing yourself in a way that you have other barbers, great barbers, to see the clients, not only your clients. Actually, the client's not your clients. Is
Whoever they like to go with,
yeah.
you
It's
know.
not like my client. The client goes wherever he
Actually,
wants.
it's not the barbershop client, it's not the barber's client. He goes wherever they want. And
Mm-hmm.
clients are constantly changing barbers too if
Yeah.
you give them the opportunity of them like to try and choose somebody else. But if you're
Yes.
not, you're gonna keep them in your
Loyal to
chair,
you.
loyal
Yeah.
to you. And fully booked will make
Much easier.
much easier to do that transition.
Yes.
So and don't be greedy and don't be that's the word. Oh, I forgot the word.
You
Don't
want
be
to say in English, in Portuguese?
no, don't be greedy and don't be
Selfish?
selfish in a way that wow, that's my client.
And you want all the clients. So why are you opening a business then?
You have a cap,
If you want
of
all the clients for yourself,
you
don't
can
open a
don't
business.
open a
Stay in
business,
your chair, keep bringing new clients, work
and
more
that's it.
hours, and that's it. That's not the purpose of opening a business. If you want to keep all of them to you.
You can't service that much client. You can serve the whole city by yourself.
Yes.
So a great advice is another great one is open a business entity. open a corporation or LLC. But first, make sure you consult your accountant or whoever is gonna open the entity for you,
Mm-hmm.
and you can explain that better, right, than me.
Yes, there's different business entities. There is C Corp, S Corp, LLC, and
Bunch of
others.
etc.
So make sure you ask an accountant and tell them your future plans. So why you should open the business entity before you actually opening your shop, your physical shop, renting a space and opening a shop. Because when you're opening a business, you need to build credit relationship with the bank in order to get a loan, to get a credit card, to have a
So at
great
the same time, they had to open
credit
a business account
score.
with the
So
bank.
open the business entity and consult with a good accountant. Don't consult your friend that thinks he knows everything. Consult with a real accountant and explain the your future plans. So right now I work in this shop, I'm a subcontractor, or I rent a chair, or whatever might be the case. I want to open a business because soon, next year or in 2 years, I want to open my own shop, but I need your help finding out what is the best business entity for me. Is it an LLC? Is it an S Corp? A C Corp? What is the best for me? And then the accountant will help you. After you open the business entity, open a business bank
Account.
account and start putting all the money there. It's very important. The bank has to see money coming in, to see how you deal with your money, how much money is coming every month. And then after a few months that you're putting money there, apply for a credit card because this will build credit. If you don't do that, what's gonna happen is by the time you're ready to actually open your shop, you might need credit and you won't have it. So if you start this prior to opening the shop, your life will be much easier. We opened our business entity in 2014 and then we start putting money there, like Tico's money from the clients he
And
was
working on my
serving,
credit.
and working on building his credit and applying for a credit card. We only opened the shop in 2017. And at that time, we only had a $10,000 credit card and we had to max out at the time. But imagine if we didn't have the
The
$10,000 credit
$10,000.
card, we couldn't finish the construction. We would be completely lost.
And
So
my credit was less than 600. Remember?
when I met you, but
Yeah.
when we opened
Yeah.
Invictus, it was already worked
Because
on.
we were working on it
We
for a
work
while.
on for years.
Yeah.
So make sure you do that step prior to opening the shop because building credit will help you so much when you need to request a loan, or if you apply for a credit card and then you can increase your limit little by little. And some cards, your first year, you have zero interest, meaning it's a great way to buy stuff for your shop when you're ready to do it, but you won't be approved for that credit card if you don't have a good history. You have to have a history before you apply. And then imagine that you can, let's say you get a $10,000 credit card, which was our case at the time, and then you make a $10,000 purchase. You can pay in 10 months or 12, up to 12 months with no interest. So it's very, very helpful. It's a great way to start your business.
So can you tell when they open a business
Mm-hmm.
account
Mm-hmm.
on the bank and when they open a LLC or entity, any entity,
Mm-hmm.
what is good for tax return? Why would they buying supplies? What is that apply in a positive way?
Yes,
In
so business have some things that you can deduct from your
deduct.
taxes that in your personal level you can't. And you have a lot of advantages when you have a business because this country they want us to be entrepreneurs, they want us to open business, they want us to employ people. So there's a lot of benefits that your accountant can tell you more in details. Each one has its own thing, like LLC is one thing, S corp, C corp, in terms of taxes, but at the end having a business would be very beneficial to you. And if you open before you actually start the business and rent a place and build a place, when you need credit, you already have it. You already built credit.
So resuming everything, create a foundation, credit, be booked, save the money, right, and open up your
Business
business
entity.
entity prior, like years before, build that history with the bank, so you'll be able to take a loan, right?
Mm-hmm. Don't wait for, okay, I'm going to open the shop next month. Let me open the business entity now. Don't do that. I'm going to open the bank account now and I'm going to go there and request a $30,000 loan. Sorry, my friend. It's not going to happen. It doesn't
Yeah.
happen that way. You got to build a relationship with your bank.
Wow, you good, baby, talking.
I'm a woman, so I talk a lot.
So another big advice for you guys, if it's possible, thinking about opening the shop near to the location, to the current shop that you work at. Not too close, not too across the street. You know, that might harm the other business. That's not fair.
It's unethical.
It's unethical, but at least close enough so so your clients can travel, so you don't lose many clients. Think about open
5 miles, 8
5 miles, eight
miles.
miles.
That's a good range. You're not literally across the street from the shop where you work. You're not harming them, but you're not so far
There you're gonna lose
they're
clients.
gonna lose clients because it's too far for them.
Yep.
If you build your clientele in that area, if you move more than 15, 20 miles, they're not gonna follow you because it's not convenient. You're gonna lose a lot of clients.
Either way, if you move like 5 minutes or 30 minutes, you're always gonna lose clients. Always.
Yes, but if
Yeah.
you're upgrading because you're opening your own shop, you're not gonna lose them if you're near because that's what
Yeah, if
happened
you're
to
near.
you when you're renting a chair and then you're opening your own shop. All your clients followed you because it was for a good reason and it was close enough.
Close enough.
So they came and they were happy for you because you're doing an upgrade. Like, oh, now Tico has his own shop. Look how cool. But if you moved far away, more than 15, 20 miles, sorry, they wouldn't come. It's not convenient. They come to you because it's near either their house, either their work. It's on the way of them going to work or to their house.
Yes.
They're not going to go the opposite way 20 miles
Yes, and
just
then
to
come
see
back
you.
home.
It's not going to work. Yeah.
One thing that I didn't put it here is
What?
if you are thinking of open a shop different. Something different, something that fits your personality, something that your clients will look at, and it's not like the shop that you used to work before. Do something better. Do something out of the equation, I can say, something really different than they used to at that shop. Provide something different, something, I don't know, amazing. So I didn't put it here, but it's another great
Advice.
Another great advice is be open to the idea that you're going to have to mentor people. You're going to have to train people to join your team because now you are working behind the chair. You don't see what's going on behind the scene, how hard the owner has to work to train people,
Build the
to
team.
build a team. So learn how to do that, be open for that, and of course, shadow the owner, asking those questions, how they do, have mentors to teach you how to do that, right? Too,
Mm-hmm.
as well, the same, and be able to train your team too and learn.
Yes, you have to be open to the idea that you will have to train and mentor people. You're not going to find
You're not
all
just cutting
the
anymore.
you're not going to find all these amazing barbers. They're going to just knock on your door and say, "Hey, can I please work here?" I'm sorry, my friend, it's not going to happen. It never happens. It's a lot of hard work to build a team, and that's the most challenging part of being a business owner. And your business has to be really attractive so the barbers want to work with you. But a lot of times you're gonna have barbers that don't have as much experience, but they are great people. And then you have to be open to this idea that you might have to train and mentor them for a while.
Might have to put the energy
And you
there.
might have a hidden gem that if you really work on that person, you're gonna have an amazing barber working with you and helping you grow and build an amazing business. So be open to that idea. Don't think the best barbers of the world will just show up at your door and work with you. It's not gonna happen,
And,
unfortunately. That would be great
and
if
there's
it
this
happened.
huge thing that happen in our industry that barbers that has experience come with bad habits, and sometimes those bad habits is really hard to change because if that barber is not willing to change, you're gonna have problem. It's best when you find someone that has heart, that has a good personality, and you can train their skills, but not their personality. So
Mm-hmm.
that's much easier to train your guys. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, people with years of experience, they have a certain way they like to do things. And then if you try to
Change.
change that because you have a different vision for your business, that person won't be able to change 20 years of that habit. It might work, but it's hard, and that person might be feeling annoyed by you trying to change the way they work. So, if you have a vision and you want people to follow that vision, the vision of the business, and everybody's going in the same direction, sometimes, a lot of times, you have to mentor people. Get these guys that are leaving school and be their mentors and help them achieve a high level of skills. And they might be a great asset to your business. They might help you grow your business.
They will. They
Oh,
not
for
might.
sure.
They will.
Yeah, they will, for sure. And take the time and be open to the idea. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes energy to help them develop their skills.
And this next advice, it kind of align with that too, because the next advice here is be around with a business owner, be around with people that already walked through that path. They learned already through experience and courses, whatever, from somebody else. Be around that people and learn from them and how they train their own guys and the mistakes they did. Be around because now if you're walking around, if you have friends that's outside the barbershop that are not a business owner or barbershop owner or even other industries, if you have the circle of relationship that you have, if you don't have one business owner, you're not taking you're not learning from other people that are there to help you and learn from them. So
Yes, business owners will be able to give you valuable advice even if they're not barbers, if they're not from your industry, but they have experience managing a business. It's the same thing. How your friend that does not have a kid can help you with the problems you're having with your kid. He's not even a parent. How he doesn't know. He never been to that experience. So it's the same thing. Be around people that are business owners and have business for a couple years because they can give you valuable advice about mistakes they made and the things that have been working well. And this will save you time, money, and energy because if you're not making those mistakes, your growth will be much faster than if you're making the mistakes because it's always pushing you back and starting again and fixing, and
your
it's a
journey will
nightmare.
be lighter.
It'll be
Uh,
much lighter if you listen to advice. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but not only barbershop owners, but there's other industry you can learn from people from other industry as well.
And they can be even your clients. How many
Yeah,
clients you have that are business owners? Start talking to them more about business. Get their phone and say, "Hey, let's go out for dinner sometime. I'd love to get some insights from you. I'd love to get some advice from you." And then they'll be happy to help you. I'm sure they will.
yeah.
Even with the financial side or marketing, you might have a client that works with marketing and has a company, or you might have an accountant. So
The best mentors is
talk
gonna
to
be
these
right
people
there in front of us in our
in our
chair.
chair.
Yeah, ask questions. I'm thinking about opening a barbershop in 2 years. I'm thinking about this. What do you think? Ask for advice.
If you have people, clients that work with construction, they own business that do construction, start getting information
Quotes.
about the prices, about what needs to be done. They will have valuable information for you.
Yes. So next advice is understand that just being a good at cutting hair does not make you a good business owner. Be open to learning for new skills. people skills, marketing, leadership, finances, accounting. So when we start all we most of us start as a barber, and we know how to cut hair, we know how to do a great trim, great style, how to use our tools. But when you open a business, there's a tons of stuff in the behind the curtains that has to be done, you know, to be able to grow your business. And there are marketing. How do you market yourself if you're just cutting hair and you don't even know how to do that? You know, how do you deal with if you're going to open a barbershop, you're going to have other barbers join the team. How do you deal with people?
How
How
do
do you
you hire?
how do you hire? How do you train? How do you right?
How do you manage everything? How you're gonna manage the finances? Are you gonna have a software? Who's gonna do it? What supplies the shop needs? So you have to learn different skills to be able to manage the whole business, the license, the regulations, liability insurance. There are so many things involved that you have to learn how to do with it because you're going to be the owner.
Yeah.
You're going to be the one responsible for everything.
Yes. We
You
have to
can't blame anybody else if something goes wrong. It's
yes.
on you.
Open a barbershop is taking risks, and if you're a barber, we just cutting hair. We don't know all the other stuff. But it doesn't mean we are dumb and we cannot learn.
Exactly.
You
And
know?
if you start learning prior to you opening, you're going to be many steps ahead of the barbers that just jump on the opportunity. Let's open the shop.
Yep.
Let's rent and whatever. I'll do it.
Actually, we learn many things while, how they say, we are learning while we are changing the tire
With the
while
car running.
with the car running. So everything that we share in here, we make tons of mistakes. We lose money. We lose great
Nights of
barbers,
sleep.
but great barbers, great people working with us because of our own mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Nights of sleep, you know, something that is like this is small, we were making big, you know, like overthinking. If you just learn, you don't have to overthink that.
All
you know?
because of lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge,
And
lack
then
of information.
someone would come and say, just do this. And we're like, oh, I never thought about it. It was that simple? Oh, yeah, it was that simple. So, knowledge takes you farther. And planning, the whole process of planning is very important. Because if you're not planning, you can fail really bad. If planning things go wrong too, of course it does, but then less things will go wrong when you plan. Right, Tico? Today we're talking about planning
Yes.
before execution because I asked him to do something he didn't plan before and the execution was completely wrong and we lost the thing we're doing.
Come on, it was good. That's good.
He didn't measure before, and if he had planned and measured, it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, planning is a great way to execute. Yeah, I have to learn that too.
Planning. What else you have?
So, another great, I'm saying that many times, advice is if you are opening the barbershop by yourself and you are there constantly cutting hair 100% of the time, you definitely have to have somebody in the backstage, right? So, not backstage, but somebody helping you to manage all the other stuff, all the elements that needs to be happen to the business run smoothly and grow. I have her. She do all the other organization in the shop. She manages the shop. She has she manages all the finances. She manages
The front desk.
the front
Supplies,
desk, supplies,
accountants.
everything. I have her. I'm grateful for that, and I'm
Vendors.
lucky for that. You know, I'm there cutting hair because as a barber, if you're busy, of course you have to do that at the beginning. You have to be there cutting hair 100% of the time because you might not having the money to pay somebody. Because I'm lucky, I have her, but eventually in a year or so, you're gonna have to have somebody responsible for that to be able to grow, right?
So what happens in the real world is when you're a barber and you open a barber shop and you're focusing cutting hair all day long, you're not gonna have time and energy to do the other tasks to manage the business. So this can become a big problem because then you're not growing, you're overwhelmed, you're tired, you're frustrated, and you don't have the time to think about the business strategies. You don't have the time to watch closely the financial side of the business. You don't have time for anything
And you're
because
so
you're cutting
tired
hair.
physically and right, you
And
can't even
mentally,
mentally, and you can't even sit down and think about a strategy to grow your business, right?
exactly. So being in the operations of the business, being behind the chair the whole time and still managing all the other tasks, I don't think it's possible. I don't think a human being can do that for a long period of time. So think about who's going to be the person helping you if you are behind the chair the whole time in the beginning, because you cannot do it on your own. It's going to be so stressful and you won't be able to really grow your business, to help your team, and to have a real business because you have to take care of all these other tasks. See who's the person who's going to help you, or try to split your time in a way, divide your time in a way that you have a couple hours of the day just for those tasks and the other hours you're behind the chair. But if you're behind the chair from the time you open to the time you close all the days of the week, it's not going to
You
happen.
being the best employee of your company, and
You'll
also
be
you
burned
can
out.
yeah, also you can burn out, and then you can end up like failing, or you
You
can
can
end up
even
like
get
just
sick,
can get sick. Yeah,
really sick from that routine because you're not eating right, it's not sleeping right, you're tired, you're not taking care of your health, you're not exercising, you don't have time for your family, then your marriage start failing because your wife is upset with you, you're never home, your kids are missing you. So think about who's going to help you or how you're going to adapt your routine to have time for those
yes,
tasks. Business is very demanding in a way that we have, uh, what's the word, infinito?
infinity,
Endless.
endless.
We have endless tasks. It never stops. The demands are so big. There's so many things we have to watch and do and fix and whatever. So think about that so you don't fail or you don't end up sick.
And many of them that are watching, they might asking, "Wow, I just opened the shop and I don't have the money to pay somebody, and my wife do something else as a job, she has another profession." What do you would say?
There's always a way. Maybe your wife has a couple hours, or maybe on Sunday, if it's her day off, you can separate 2 hours and maybe she's willing to help you. Or maybe one of your barbers can help you. Figure it out depending on your scenario. In our case, we started this as a partnership where I take care of everything that it's not cutting hair, and Tico is responsible for the team, for the quality, for the
The
training,
standards
for
and
the
stuff.
standards, and to cut hair and to deal with conflicts between the barbers if there is any conflict or conflict with
Clients.
clients. And I
Wait,
was the front desk. Then eventually we hire a front desk. So I was responsible for training the front desk and creating the process, the system, the standards. So it works really well because he can't be behind the chair all day long and do everything. This is a full time job for two people, and we're both overwhelmed sometimes. It's so much. Even two people feel overwhelmed. So it's something to think about it. Who's going to be the person helping
and
you?
of course, you're gonna go through that phase that you're gonna have to do everything. You're gonna be the one that cleans the shop, do the marketing, make contents, cutting hair, organize the finances, buy supply, and that's fine,
But then
right?
if you have the help of someone, it makes much easier because this person, for instance, creating content.
But at the beginning, they might not have that person, they might not have the money, but at least they have it in mind in how long they're gonna have that person. And start
Correct.
saving money and start organizing yourself to be able to have that person as much quick you can, right?
I wouldn't even start my business without that person, honestly.
Now, right? You're
No, I
thinking,
wouldn't because we're two. We never be in the situation or
yeah,
you
yeah.
by yourself.
But I feel like if I'm doing 100% the job,
Imagine yourself
I
when we
couldn't do it.
open.
I couldn't do
You
it.
see?
Uh huh.
It was impossible. The demands were
Impossible.
so much. And
But
after we
it's possible
closed,
to maintain the bills paid.
It
you
is.
know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
You'll be working your whole day. You'll be tired, but yes, you can pay the bills and then eventually have a barber or two. But plan before you open who's gonna be the person, even if you pay the person or not. Could be your best friend, I don't know. Could be your son that is a teenager and he can help with the marketing because they're really good with that. I don't know, but you need someone helping you with some of the tasks. It's impossible to do everything on your own. Unless you're talking about opening a business that is just one chair, just you, or is you plus one more barber. Then
it's
that's
much easier.
fine. But if you're putting chairs, 5 chairs, 6 chairs in your shop, there are so many things you have to take care for the
Yes.
business to run.
And it's not enough
Sup-
hours in the day.
Buying supplies, who's gonna go to the supermarket or who's gonna order them online, buying products, negotiating prices so you can buy products at a better rate so you can have a higher profit margin, who's gonna take care of dealing with the finances. You have to keep track of everything, how much money you're making, all the expenses, get them paid on the due date, clean the shop, the marketing content being posted. There's so many things. Watching, your taxes, depending on how you handle it, because you can either wait for the whole year and then you just go to your accountant afterwards, and then there's nothing you can be doing. There's nothing that can be done because the year already passed. But if you have an accountant monthly taking care of that for you, he can give you a device. Hey, listen, watch these expenses, watch that. And then it prevents you from paying more than you should, or prevent you from making mistakes when you're purchasing stuff. Don't buy on your personal name, on your personal card, do on the business. He's going to give you valuable devices. It's so many things.
And we're not gonna be good at everything.
Yes,
If you're a good barber, you're gonna be a good barber, and you're gonna hire, and you're gonna delegate, right?
correct. But I wouldn't recommend it starting just you yourself and putting 5 chairs. It's gonna drive you crazy if you were cutting hair all day long. But if you can have a couple hours in the morning, let's say, or in the afternoon that you close your schedule, you're not taking any clients, and it's only dedicated for those tasks, then you have a higher chance of being able to do it. But
Yes.
if you're cutting all day long, I'm sorry, you're not. 3 months, you're giving up. You're gonna be so burned out.
Actually, we have a great example of a guy. He became a friend. He always talking to us. He just sold his barbershop, right close to here. He sold the barbershop he couldn't take. He's from another industry. He
Yeah,
was
so
not a
he's not a
barbershop,
barber.
and he was there full time working, meaning that organized everything. He was not a barber. He didn't understand much of the side of the the barbers, the technical side, and training the barbers, making sure the standards were uh, I forgot the word,
Followed.
was followed. So he ended up closing the business. Maybe not just because of he was overwhelmed, but he needed someone, maybe a barber, to help him. What do you
Yeah.
think? Right?
I don't think this case relates to what we're talking here
Yeah.
because we're talking to barbers that want to have their own shop. So we're giving them a device what to do prior to opening their
Prior to our
shop,
shop. Yep.
prior to thinking about opening a shop. This person you're talking about, he's not a barber.
And
He
he
had a
opened a barbershop.
full-time job and then he decided to open a barber shop that he couldn't be there full time, and then he didn't have help, and then he left the barbers alone. He couldn't find barbers. It was a whole situation, and
Yeah, he
he ended
couldn't.
up selling it because he noticed he couldn't manage. But we're talking here about barbers that are behind the chair all day and trying
And
to
I'm
manage.
thinking,
Yeah, I think it's a completely different scenario.
thank you. Bring me to earth.
Yes.
So, guys, to finish, when you open a business, we need to understand that you open a business to serve people. You're gonna serve your clients, and you're gonna serve and constantly your team.
Yes.
While the AC break, you're gonna be there and trying to fix. You're gonna pay the price in money and financial. You're gonna have to be there and make sure the AC is working for your team, for the clients. If there was a breaking um, pipe, you're gonna have to call somebody. You're gonna have to fix that
Clean
because
the mess.
clean the mess because your clients walk in and is gonna use that bathroom. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you're gonna bring in clients to fill your team's agenda. Make sure you're gonna do a good marketing and invest money on social media and ads. So you constantly serving people,
Yes,
right?
being a business owner is not it's not about you.
It's about them. It's
It's
about
about others.
others.
If you don't have a servant heart, you're gonna be really miserable because at the end, that's what you do every single day. And if you don't like serving people, if you don't like dealing with people, you'll be very unhappy at the end and you regret your decision of opening a business. You'll feel like, why did I do that? I was happier when I was just working for someone or when I was just renting the chair. I didn't have all this trouble. But if you have a servant heart, if you love serving people, you feel good about it. Even though sometimes it's frustrating, you might have bad days for sure, clients that may say things that make you upset or even your team, but then the next day you're fine. Okay, let's keep going and let's keep serving people, because at the end, if your clients are happy, if your team are happy, that's how your business grow. People grow business. You're not going to grow yourself. So if you're just thinking about yourself, or if you're just thinking about the money, I want to make more money, I'm sorry to inform you, it's not going to happen.
Yes.
It's not like that.
And we are in the people business, right?
Yes.
We create relationship and the people grow the business. People mean your clients and your team
Mm-hmm.
as well. So if you don't like to deal with people, you should consider to do something else.
Yes.
Work as what, for instance?
You
Like
can find a
a
profession where
profession that
you
you
don't
do.
deal with public, meaning you can be in your computer doing your own thing.
You can work with dogs, cutting dogs' hair,
No,
grooming.
because you have to deal with
Oh
the
yeah,
owners
with the
and they're
owners of the dogs
worse
at the
than
same.
anything else. But maybe open an Amazon store. Everybody's talking how trending this is, manage, I don't know. No, Airbnbs, you're gonna have to deal with people too.
To
I mean, any profession, you're gonna have to deal with people. I'm sorry to inform you.
buy some bitcoins and invest.
Yeah, try
Something
to
else
find something where you don't have to deal with people daily. But in the barber shop, you're gonna deal with people, clients,
constantly. Uh-huh.
and your team, and that's challenging, but it's also rewarding. It depends on your mindset, and if you
Yes.
have this servant heart where you like to serve people and help them achieve their best potential and see them growing, this should make you happy.
And you grow as well,
Oh, you
constantly.
do. When you're the owner, you have so many challenges that you have to overcome, and either you learn or you learn.
Or you learn. If you don't like to deal with people, you will end up giving up. And but you have if you identify that you are in the people business, meaning you have to deal with people every day. When the sun rises is another day, and you just keep on going. So every day you're gonna have that strength to keep on going because you're here to serve people. Have anything to add on?
No, that's it. Having a business is about serving people. It's not about yourself, and it's not just about the money. If you're looking just to the money, I'm gonna make more money. I'm gonna put 5 barbers. They're gonna make you X amount per week, and then I can not work anymore. Mm, you might get there, but it takes time. It takes effort. It's not that simple.
You
There's a
said
long road ahead of you before you get there.
you said everything, baby.
I did.
Yes.
I mean, it's real experiences that we lived, right? So I'm talking about something that it's we have been through. It's not something we read in the book. And I think the biggest change in our mindset it's when we learn that we're there to serve our
People.
team, to serve our clients, and then we don't get upset anymore. We're there to serve and happy to serve
And
them.
actually, I learned that our first client it is our team, because if you can't sell an idea, and if you can't sell one product or service to your team, you cannot sell to your
Clients.
clients as well, because your team who is the one that is it's actually it's leading uh, where the barbershop is going, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they are the foundation of everything. Imagine if your barber is just everybody leaves the shop and quick, you don't have shop, you don't have a barber shop, you don't have a business. They are your
Correct.
first clients. You have
Clients.
to convince them first. You have to make sure uh, you are serving them first, so then they can serve the clients,
And if they're happy, you're gonna have happy
happy
clients
clients.
because they treat your clients well. But if they are unhappy, they're not gonna treat your clients well. And this can create a whole lot of problems that we can talk in other
Other
episodes.
episodes.
Some of the issues we had in the past because it took us a while to be in the position we are now, and with all this learning through real experiences, frustrations, failing. It's not all flowers. We had so many struggles throughout these 6 years.
And let you guys know, we weren't always like this. We didn't have that mindset of servant. We
Mm-hmm.
didn't the heart of servant and the mindset of serving people. We learned in the hard way that
Yeah.
we need to understand that we're serving them. If they're completely happy, your clients will be happy.
Yes.
So, guys, before you even thinking about opening your own shop, here are all the advice that we gave you today. I hope this helped you and it will help many people that you know. Send out this episode to them. Make sure they know what you know now, what you learn now, and comment below if you want to see something new, something that you question yourself and you don't know how to handle. We are here to help. Pass it on throughout our experience. Thank you very much for watching.